NXT. Unfortunately, NXT kind of got trumped with like the whole Stephanie McMahon Saudi rumors going on that day with the news. But this
Good
was
show
this
though.
was
It was New Year's Evil. Great show. Great matches.
and
Please don't sleep on NXT.
that's the shame of it because it got overshadowed. Even the Golden Globes got overshadowed by all these news, which was on a Tuesday night, which is very random. Anywho,
Very random. I was watching on my iPad because I've taped a couple of things. Cool, good show. Good job, Joe R. Carmichael, by the way. Big fan of his.
so
Off topic.
underscore Banks Prescott talked about toxic attraction, which found its way to be trending at some point after all the chaos that was going on. She says, "We're getting a triple threat. I have a feeling that Toxic Attraction is going to split very soon." This was after Toxic Attraction, uh, after they won that Royal Rumble to get the number one contender spot here against Roxanne for the NXT Women's Championship. Putty, what do you think? I mean, this was like kind of like a Royal Rumble 93. Was it 93 finish? 94? Mixing years here,
93.
but
Yeah. Too many
93,
Saudi
right?
wrestling, but I
But
thought it was
can it,
well done. I mean, again, something's we see this before happen. I think it was Big Show and The Rock, I think, where they didn't sync up. These women landed exactly the same time. It was
Batista and Cena, I think, too, right? They didn't sync up.
maybe you're right, yeah. But this they landed synchronistically. It was great. And that what the way they did it, the way they were celebrating the ring, and then Jesse Jane was like the face just turned, and then it led to them beating each other up. Um, is this the end? I don't think so. But I'm saying that because I don't want it to be end. Because if it's not the end, where do they go from here as a tag team? I think they need that third person. We'll
The
see.
whole the whole Mandy Rose getting fired thing really messed them up, didn't it?
No, absolutely, definitely hurt them. And they're great performers, and they were just great because of the stable that was Toxic Attraction. Now it's just them two. Who I think they were doing pretty good on their own. Maybe one or two matches before Mandy Rose came into the picture. But can they go one on one? Could this be a feud? Could it be a rivalry? Who's the face? Who's the heel here? Did the crowd see behind Jesse Jane? The crowd was chanting her name. The crowd seemed to be fully behind her for some reason. Whatever it was, okay.
She's someone that could play a face pretty well. Gigi Dolan, I'm not too sure. I think she leans more heel than anything else.
Possibly.
But like I feel like yeah, Mandy Rose getting fired definitely screwed everything up because they were geared to be like this major women's faction, a la the Shield, right? And
Yeah.
it seemed probably like the goal to eventually bring the main roster together. Eventually, they dominate to do their thing, and then maybe eventually however Gigi does and Jace does, like maybe then they all three of them like do their own thing because beforehand in the indies, like these two women here were fantastic competitors, but it's a whole different game when you go from the indies to WWE. You have to like learn these different ropes, and Mandy Rose obviously is teaching them very well here, and they're catching stride in NXT. But it just seems like they didn't fall through all the way because of the fact of, well, Mandy Rose fired, so now what? It's sink or swim right now for them, I guess.
I think this is what they're doing.
Right.
Sink or swim. If they're feud, if them fighting each other wins the crowd over and they're during this triple threat, that might lead to something. If the crowd's behind both of them, maybe they'll keep them together. This could be a litmus test of who the crowd likes more going forward. We'll see what happens. But I'm hoping this is not the end because I love this woman together in a division that's lacking female tag teams. I think they're one that stands out of that NXT Women's Tag Team division.
Oh, absolutely. They've done such a fantastic job as a team. Like it would be a shame to see them split up, but yeah, at the same time, like eventually it's going to happen, right? It just seems like it's. What else can they do right now?
It's going to happen eventually, unless they bring
Right.
them to the main roster together. Because again, that tag team division needs solid tag teams too. But they tried it out in SmackDown once or twice and didn't work out too well, apparently, according to backstage reports. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think this is the end. Trying to be optimistic here. Let's keep them together. Do they recruit a third member?
And that's what I was going to say. Like, maybe they have like another person coming. Like there were some speculation. I mean, Chelsea Green is signed. They just don't know what they're doing with her. Could Chelsea Green be the one to lead them? That
That was
would
my
make
first thought.
sense. That would
That was
make
my first thought. My
sense.
second thought was maybe Dana Brooke because she's not doing anything.
Dana Brooks not doing anything. Sonya Deville came in at one point
That's true.
with them. I mean, that could work. And Mandy Rose, she was interviewed earlier this week in a mainstream media and talking about possible WWE return. She said, "Never say never." Obviously she's hurt by what happened.
Of course.
She's clearly made her bag since then, becoming a self-made millionaire with her not OnlyFans. Was it fan her own website?
Fan Army? Fan Stone? I don't know. If you guys
Whatever.
know, you know.
You know. But
Clearly we don't.
She didn't necessarily close the door there on that. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways you're going to go here.
And
As
she
of
said
right now,
I mean, I didn't see the interview. I taped it. I knew what was happening, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. I've seen clips online since. She is willing to give up that site to come back if the conversation is fruitful. So that shows her passion for this business. I'm hoping somebody's willing to listen.
If the conversation is fruitful,
Exactly.
you read between the lines there. Hey, this is what I'm making with my OnlyFans or OnlyFans like site. Are you going to pay me the same? Is my contract going to be the same as that?
They won't. But could we have a compromise? How about you pay me, for example, $500,000 a year, but I keep my site. But I don't post nudes. I don't do the cock ratings. I don't do any implied nudity. I just do lingerie or swimsuits. Could that work? Because that's not risque. That's not inappropriate. So I can make some money off that. You need to have an open conversation about that. I'm hoping it works out for her. I want to see her back sooner rather than later.
No, of course, I think we all do, and I think especially toxic attraction does, because right now, as I said, I think this match coming up is very much a test of like sink or swim for them.